Now it is lunch money time. Miss Polina, how are you?
I'm great.
Are you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do
what
I
do we
look
got?
like spring today?
It's summer. What's up?
Oh, yeah. Wait, is this summer?
It's
yeah,
June.
it is summer. Wow. I don't know, guys.
Some people
What
forget the
season
day of the
we're
week.
in.
You forget what season we're in. Okay, what's up?
All right. So the Fed increased rates by 75 basis points. And then Jerome Powell, whatever.
Jerome.
Wait, who's Jay Powell?
Same guy.
Oh, okay. I got confused there for a second. He said that from the perspective of today, either a 50 basis point or a 75 basis point increase seems most likely at our next meeting in July. But then he went on to say, clearly today's 75 basis point increase is an unusually large one, and I do not expect moves of this size to be common. Yet, next month it will be common.
See, I got a checking account and I got a savings account. I got a checking account, I got a savings account. Maybe I'll do something, maybe I won't. Maybe we'll do 50 basis points, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do 75, maybe we won't. Maybe do 100, maybe do 25. It's all what they call a fugazi is what they're doing here.
A what?
At the end, a fugazi. At the end of the day, you don't know what a fugazi is? You don't know what that is?
What?
A fugazi.
You can't say it like that.
Yeah, no, a fugazi. It's basically, it's just like a, hey, look, oh, I got a watch. You want to watch? I got a watch. What watch do you want? I got two watches. Like, that's the game, right? It's just like, look here, look here. Oh, they put the ball in the cup on the street. And you're
Like a magician. Okay.
And like, where's the ball? And you're like, oh, the ball's not even there. How'd that happen? I don't know. It's an illusion. And that's what these people are running. They're running an illusion. Because at the end of the day, the Federal Reserve, they got no clue. They are not in control. The Federal Reserve is not in control of the economy. What the Federal Reserve is they are definitely in control of asset prices. They are tanking asset prices in an attempt to control inflation. But they thought inflation was transitory. Then they thought it was good for you. Then they thought that it had peaked. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, we got to keep hiking interest rates. 75 basis point hike is a very significant hike. I do agree with them there. I don't know what they're going to do in July. Neither do they. And I don't think that we should likely see 75 basis point hikes in a consistent basis moving forward. But I also, kind of out of left field, think that they have near a 0% chance to continue to hike rates at the way that they are talking now. They will wave the white flag at some point. They will give up. They will say, oh, damn, we can't keep doing this. The question is, when do they do that? How severe is the reflexivity of the interest rates back? And when will the first interest rate cut be? I think that if I had a base case, it'd be 2023. But I think that there is a higher probability than most people realize that we get an interest rate cut before the end of the year.
An interest rate cut.
One last thing I will say is that they're talking tough. They're out there beating their chest. Hey, we're gonna be tough. We're gonna be like Paul Volcker. I don't know if you know who Paul Volcker is. In the 1970s,
Yes.
he raised interest rates up to like 20% to attack inflation.
Spelled Volcker.
No, Volcker. But I mean, listen, I don't know how to spell, but I know how to spell the guy's
What
name.
did you say? What
You
did
put
I-
an E in there somewhere where there wasn't an E.
there's an E.
Look it up. And so if all of a sudden,
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Paul, you said?
Paul Volcker. Yeah, oh, Paul? No, Jim. Jim Volcker. Who's Jim Volcker? I don't know. It's his evil twin brother.
There's no E, but I could swear there was
There's
an
no E? Wait, so what does that mean?
You are not wrong.
I'm not wrong. That's fine. Not wrong and right are two of the same. So one of the key things is they're going to keep talking very, very tough. We're going to be like Paul Volcker. We're going to hike interest rates. We're going to take on inflation. We're in control, all this stuff. No, they're not. No, they are not. What are they going to do? Hike interest rates to 20%? They'll literally crash the global economy and people will die. Like, there's no way that they can do that. So at the end of the day, what is likely going to happen is that they are going to try to talk tough, and some point, it all breaks. And when it breaks, they're going right back in the other direction because we have to have the loose monetary policy. Nick Carter was on the show yesterday. He was talking about, listen, they could have done 20% back in the 70s because global debt to GDP or the American debt to GDP was so much lower. There's all these things. Right now, people are already hurting. The economy was already contracting in Q1. These people are hiking interest rates going into a recession. It's insanity. It is literally insane. And so I don't think they'll be successful in doing this over time.
All right, well.
Volcker without the E.
Who
Millennial
the hell is
homes.
Volcker with an E? Who am I thinking of? Okay, millennial millionaires because now millennials are millionaires.
Are they? They're now getting up into the millionaire class.
Yeah.
Shout out to
They're
you guys.
temporarily shelving major purchases as interest rates and inflation rise. So it says that nearly half of millennial millionaires say higher borrowing costs are causing them to delay buying a car, and 44% say higher interest rates have caused them to delay purchasing a home.
So just this is the part where my head is in a blender. My head don't go in a blender very often.
It's CNBC's
but
millionaire survey.
But my head is in a blender. Well, because what you just said and what the headline says are two completely different things. Pull up that headline again, please. The headline specifically says that they. Oh, nope, not this one. Go back one. What the headline says is that the millennial millionaires are delaying home and car purchases due to inflation.
Okay.
Inflation is what they're saying. Now you read again what the article says.
That higher borrowing costs and then higher interest rates.
So they say due to inflation in the title, but it says interest rates in the article. The reason is not because of inflation. It's definitely because of the interest rates.
Course.
Now they are interrelated to some degree, but at the end of the day, interest rates are why people are not buying houses. Is because the cost of capital has exploded, and if you can't borrow the money, then they're not going to buy the house. The cost of the home doesn't matter if you get free cash to buy it. That's the part that nobody tells non-rich people. The cost of the home does not matter if you have access to free money.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody says, hey, there's a $10 million home, it's like, wow, that sounds crazy. Okay, and the interest rate is 0.
Right.
We're just going to give you cash and you never have to pay it back. Well, you can go buy a $10 million house, like if they'll loan you $10 million, right? But what ends up happening is that when interest rates were super, super low, and again, it's an egregious example, but like when interest rates are really low, people are willing to borrow a bunch and go buy houses. And if you're able to borrow more, that means you're willing to bid more and the home prices all explode upwards. But when they now raise interest rates, people can't borrow as much money because they can't actually service the debt, and therefore it cools off demand. And we're already seeing this. Today, U.S. house starts. This is another great one for you. They estimated the forecast, I think it was minus 1.8%. That was the forecast. Guess what the number is that it came in at? Estimated minus 1.4 or 1.8%. Guess what the number came in at?
2.1.
Negative 14.4%. Like you could have asked Jacob, the 11-year-old that was on the show the other day, make up a number and he might have been closer. That's how crazy it is out there. All right, what's up with the campaign?
Also, I'm not interested. I don't care about millennial millionaires. Like, how is this affecting like regular people? Who the hell cares about millennial millionaires? Sorry. Okay. Crypto fundraising. This is interesting. A new startup called Engage Raise. That's what it's called. Is going to allow federal candidates to raise campaign cash solely through crypto. Interesting. And crypto executives have contributed more than $30 million towards federal candidates and campaigns since the show. I can't talk to
you. Want me to be a savage? You want me to just to be nice today?
What?
This doesn't matter.
Why?
Next.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because any payment company can do this.
What do you mean?
It's a payment company. You can accept donations. Guess what? You could accept any donation. Set up a Bitcoin wallet. You could accept donations.
So why is there a company dedicated to it?
Well, I'm assuming because somebody said, hey, we could make it easier. We could do better tracking of the financials, like all this stuff. But like at the end of the day, like whatever. It's just, I just don't think that this is.
But I do think it matters because it brings it into the conversation, right? So now like these political candidates are like, oh, look, there's a platform specifically for this. And I don't have to send my sketchy wallet address to people to send me money.
I don't think most people are giving their Bitcoin or crypto to politicians. If you ain't willing to sell it to the bankers, you're definitely not giving it to the politicians.
Some people might.
No, I bet you.
Some more politically minded people.
I bet you a very small percentage of all donations in the United States are crypto related. Because what happens is people may want to support a candidate because of their stance, let's say, on Bitcoin. If you're like, hey, I'm a single issue voter and you're pro Bitcoin, I want to support you, but I'm gonna give you dollars. Why would I'm not gonna give you my Bitcoin. Like, haha, joke's on you. I'll give you fiat, not Bitcoin.
Okay. All right,
you don't
ready?
think so?
I don't know.
All right. Well, what's up?
All right. So this one's interesting. YouTube announced today that its rival service, YouTube Shorts, I think it's rivaling TikTok, is being watched by over 1.5 billion logged in users every month.
Woo!
Less than 2 years after its launch. So hold on a second. Less than 2 years.
Hey boys, we got to get on the Shorts game.
Less than 2 years. I thought it just launched.
No, they've been testing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a big number, though.
It's a big number.
You know what that shows?
People are watching shorts on YouTube.
Yeah, yes, that is. You're not wrong. First-time entrepreneurs worry about products. Second-time entrepreneurs worry about distribution. YouTube has distribution. Doesn't matter if they got a copycat product. Doesn't matter if it's their own version. Doesn't matter if the product's good or not. They got a lot of users. Put it out there.
The reason that I like YouTube's version versus just TikTok is that like you may watch a short and then be led into a more long-form video or conversation if you're interested. And TikTok, you watch 10 seconds and you're like, well, there's not more where this came from. So.
I agree.
Yeah, no.
I think that listen, I've said this for a long time. Instagram, I think, pretty much showed it. Like, Instagram has, with Reels, with disappearing content of the stories, like all this stuff. I mean, distribution matters. It matters a ton. And it's really hard to compete with these big companies who have that distribution. So I think people need to continue to wrap their heads around products and innovation only matter if they get adopted. But if somebody else looks over and says, oh, that's a great idea, guess what? We got 2 billion people.
But do you remember how everybody thought that Instagram stories would be the Snapchat killer and it wasn't? And I think that people found a different use for it. Like when I asked my little sister, she was like, oh, like Instagram stories is where like people are more presentable and more professional. And then Snapchat is where you actually send like whatever you're sending. I don't know. Right?
Maybe. What's Bulldog T-Rex?
All right. So
people said my Windsor knot is very nice. I don't know if that's really.
Yeah, he does a really great Windsor knot.
Is that a Windsor knot? Yeah. Is that what that's called?
You do a great one.
Yeah, I just call that the boss knot. If you see
a double Windsor, yeah.
If you see somebody rocking a one like that, they gotta have spent some time on it for sure, guaranteed.
My dad,
I'm a one-shot shooter though.
My dad would always be like, ugh, those men who have the crinkle, wrinkle, whatever here in the tie, those aren't real men. I'm like, what you
Facts.
know? No.
You ever seen a guy tie a tie and he's got like a little, it looks like you can't even tell the difference between the tie and the knot, and then it's kind of like sideways or whatever, and you look at it and you're like, bro,
it's
come
not
on.
like smooth, but
Listen,
I think that's a style.
If you're seriously wearing the suit and tie to work or whatever, like take some pride. Let's go. I'm wearing it just because I'm doing my duty to fight the bear market. I got shorts on under here.
Right.
So just so everyone's clear, right? This is like a little bear market costume. But if I really wore it to work, woo! Y'all be seeing some Windsor knots. That would make Windsor Castle jealous. You didn't know I knew Windsor Castle, did you?
You guys.
You didn't know I knew Windsor Castle.
I did not know.
Yeah, I know about that place.
Who lives at Windsor Castle?
Important people. If it's a castle, must be a king or a queen, right? Is it?
Yes.
Is it in Europe?
Of course.
Is it in the UK? Oh, wait, does the Queen live there? I'm not dumb.
You guys, today, what is today, Monday?
I'm not dumb. Windsor Castle. I know about all the Queen stuff.
All right.
Did you know that the Queen gets $1 per head from Australia?
I told you that from every territory.
Every year?
Yes, but every
She out here literally getting taxes off people that don't even know who she is. That's crazy.
People are saying UK is not in Europe.
What?
It's like its own weird thing. Remember
Kind of.
Brexit? Okay.
All right, let's go.
So, archaeologists.
That, by the way, if that's the hill that people are going to die on, is the UK in the Europe or not, I'm out.
The bulldog-faced dinosaur. So they found this bone that led to them believing this this thing existed.
I'm
It's
out.
like a bulldog is a dinosaur. Look at the little arms.
Yeah, listen.
It's
What's this, a bird with legs?
they call it a T-Rex on steroids. It used to be.
Listen.
Is that terrifying?
Do you understand the leap of faith? Like the Chinese are saying that they got this big ass satellite that they think they have received a message from an alien civilization. Do you understand the leap of faith it takes to find a bone in the ground and come up with that image? How do you find one bone and you're like, oh, let's just draw him with a big ass tail?
They did say that. They said single bone.
One single bone and they got his arms looking like that?
They were
Stop disrespecting that man. Put some respect on his body. What's this body shaming going on of dinosaurs? This is crazy talk. All I hear body shaming these animals.
What do you think he actually looked like?
I'm not here to judge. Hey, whatever the dinosaurs look like, I'm sure he was happy. Why y'all out here? You find one bone in the ground, next thing you know, you're drawing cartoons.
Don't body shame dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy talk.
So before I get to something that will absolutely change everybody's life forever, this is a surprise, but I was thinking about it while we were talking. But before then, people are asking, do you have some hope for the people?
Hope?
In this kind of bear market?
Listen, at the end of the day, a bear market is literally, it's a slingshot. That's ultimately what it ends up being. In 2018, Bitcoin's price went from $20,000 to $3,200, whatever. It went down 85%. And if you were sitting there, you're like, damn, down 85%. Well, guess what happened over the next 3 years? It went up 20x. It's literally, bear markets are slingshots. Now, you don't know where the bear market ends. You don't know exactly what's going to be the assets that end up working. But across stocks, bonds, real estate, crypto, the whole thing, bear markets are slingshots. And guess what follows bear markets? Assets that are good assets, hit all-time highs. It may take 6 months. It may take 6 years. It could take 20 years.
Dang.
Usually it takes shorter rather than longer, but bear markets are slingshots.
For the most part.
For good assets. I mean, if you got a bad asset, right? Like take crypto, for example. Bitcoin, the bear market, in my opinion, will absolutely be a slingshot. And we will see another Bitcoin all-time high. Basically, what you have to ask the bears is, do you believe Bitcoin will hit another all-time high? And if they say no, laugh. If they say yes, then are they really bears? Right? Then on top of that, many of the altcoins that are down 90, 95, 99%, it's over. See ya. Y'all might as well just hold a funeral. Game over. That's just how
We'll
the game
see what
plays.
happens. We'll see.
That's just how the game gets played.
This is not financial advice by any stretch. Correct?
Are you trying to change the subject from people body shaming the dinosaurs?
So if you were saying that you're woke because you're not into body shaming the dinosaurs.
Hey, look, I'm so woke.
I think that's great. All right. Okay, ready for my mind-blowing fact?
Yeah.
So I've been thinking a lot about this actually. Why do we call it a bear and bull market? Do you know?
A what?
Why do you call it a bear market and a bull market? Where did it get its name?
I don't know. Tell me.
No, but do you know?
No.
Something he doesn't know.
Well, you didn't know either. You looked it up on the supercomputer.
Because I use my tool and knowledge. Okay, so
Are you sure you know where the page is?
so it comes from the way in which each animal attacks its opponents, its prey. So a bull will thrust its horns into the air while a bear will swipe down. Is that fascinating? That is absolutely mind-blowing. Please tell me. Bears are sleeping, bulls are charging. Yes, Julia. There we go.
That's really why it is.
That's what it says, yeah.
What source?
Investopedia. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna hold anything. But by the way, tomorrow.
See, bear attacks down. People know.
Can we
Yes.
please talk about the Chinese satellite that they think they found an alien civilization?
There is no.
No, they listen. That's what they're saying. They said a lot of things over the last
Who is
2
they?
years. The Chinese. They said a lot of things over the last 2 years. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. But they do claim that they have a big ass satellite. I saw a photo of a satellite that they claim is theirs, and they claim they received a message, which they claim also has discovered an alien civilization.
I only spew facts. He spews claims. Am I free to go?
See ya. Hey you, did you like this video? Great, we make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and see you next time.